That is to tell you that we keep learning as we grow older. You cannot say you know everything, so that is why you should also be open to ideas. Like I told you, I wasn't worried, even when you're not worried. But when someone gives you a suggestion, I think it would be nice if you can also listen. Sometimes you just pay attention to what they are saying. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're stopping by for the first time, my name is Ijoma, and I welcome you to my channel, and I hope you don't make it your last by hitting on the subscribe button and turning on your bell notifications. As you can see, I'm outside. It is a beautiful summer day. My kids are currently inside, their dad is at home, so I am outside. At least I can actually relive my childhood memory by swinging here. So today's video, I know is highly needed, might not be requested, but I hope it helps somebody out there. So you know, my son didn't walk quite early. Like anyway, it all depends. Like I would say he didn't walk early. I mean, he started walking at a year and 3 months, I would say, which is late. Although it's not a surprise, because my first child walked at a year and a month, the second one walked at a year and 2 months, and then Zubi walked later on. So but the thing is, I wasn't really worried about him not walking, because his legs were very okay. His legs were strong. He could walk around holding onto something. He was standing properly. But anyway, hi guys, so before I jumped into the part that you came for, I think it would be important to give a little bit background of Zubi's stages in developmental stages. So first of all, Zubi started sitting at 7 months, which is, I take the blame for it, which is purely my blame. I wasn't sitting him when he was younger, when he was little, due to lack of time. And you know, if it were to be in Nigeria, hopefully before 4 months, even 3 months, he will start sitting, because he has people that are always around him trying to sit him down. But then it wasn't the same in my case. I didn't have much time, and then he started sitting late. Then we traveled home to Nigeria. I was hoping that my family, my siblings, will help me make him sit by helping to hold him, but then that was not to be. They prefer carrying him. And then when we came back, I had no option than to try my best to make sure that he sits, because it's very important. But the funny thing is that, you know, in Nigeria, babies usually sit first before they crawl. But here in Switzerland, most times babies crawl before they start sitting. Most times the parents will always just come, they turn the babies to lay them on their stomach, and they will start moving before they start sitting. With my daughter, that was what I did, and it worked. But then when I had Zubi, the doctor told me that, with research going on, that it's not good for babies to be laid on their stomach, because of child mortality. That most people can't have a good reason why. They don't really know the reason why children are still, they can't actually tell the reason why children die at that stages of their lives. So it's advisable not to lay him on the stomach, and then I did that. So unfortunately I didn't do that with him, and then he started walking, he started sitting late, and then after 2 months he started crawling. That was 7 to 9 months he started crawling. Oh my god. Then after 9 months, I think between 10 and 11 months, he started standing. So that is to tell you, he stood for a long time before. He stood for 11 months, 12, 13, 14. So he stood for almost 3 months before he started walking. And now let's jump into the part that you came for. A big background, like in Igbo land, like it's not really a tradition, but then I know somebody, or I heard, like she traveled to the US. Her grandchild didn't walk. He was getting almost 2 years, and he wasn't still able to walk. So the woman traveled to the US, and she packed sand from the village. You can't believe it. She packed sand from the village, and then on reaching the US, every morning she would spray the sand outside on the living room, and she would hold this child. They would walk together. Oh, I'm outside, the sun is out now. They would walk together, and she would try to play with her grandchild. And then within 2 months, the boy started walking. Then another instance, I have a friend, she told me, that since Zubi has been standing for a long time, maybe I could also try to make promises to him that it might help him walk. Then she told me about her sister not walking for a long time. Like, she will walk, but whenever the dad comes back, she wouldn't walk. So people had to advise the dad to buy her a gift and make promises to her that hopefully she would walk. So this day the dad came back, brought shoe for her, and she was really happy. After laughing and laughing, then the next day she started walking, like she was now walking in front of the dad. So like I wasn't worried because like I said before, his legs were strong. We've been going for appointments. There has not been anything to worry about, no complaint whatsoever. Then there was no pain, so if I touch him, like I was pressing his leg, I could press his leg and he would normally giggle, and then if it hurts he would just cry, but it's not something to worry about. So that is to tell you that sometimes in Igbo land people have to go extra miles to make their children walk, or sometimes they also get carriers, walkers, to enable them walk, to assist them in walking. But then I have that at home, and we did that. So I tried that. Okay, then so this my friend told me to get, maybe I should buy Zubi a shoe or something like that. And then I had a shoe I bought before. I brought it out and I told Zubi, I made promises to me, oh, if you walk, I will give you this. I will help. See the new shoe I bought for you. Once you start walking, you will start walking around with me and you wear your new shoes. The first day I brought it out, Zubi saw it. He laughed. He was really happy. He giggled and then laughed. I had to wear him the shoe. Then he laughed. And the second time I brought it, Zubi just, if you see the way he flicked this shoe, he just took it up. Babe, I was like, Zubi. So I was like, maybe he doesn't want shoe. So like I did that for a week and then it didn't work. I just let it. I was now minding my business, that it's up to him and he can walk anytime he feels like walking. So one day a friend called me, and Zubi is quite heavy actually. She called me, she lives here with me here in Switzerland. She called me, oh, there's this thing she wants me to try out, that I know Zubi is heavy, that she sometimes pities me because Zubi is heavy. She wonders how I manage to carry Zubi with all his weight. You know, the thing is, when you start, if you carry him for the first time, you say, oh, he's really heavy, but when you get used to carrying him, you wouldn't feel the weight anymore. So that was my case. I wasn't complaining, I wasn't worried, like I said. So she told me, oh, that she did it for her daughter one time and she hopes it will help me as well. So I asked her what it was exactly. She told me that, oh, I can get shea butter, that is original one. I should try massaging his legs from the hips down to his feet. I should try it and hopefully it works. Like I said before, remember, I wasn't worried. But then let it not be like I don't really care, or let it not be like I don't want him to walk. So I just had to try it. I was like, okay, no problem, I will give it a try. And to my utmost surprise, the first day I did it, Zubi was laughing. You know, it's just like massaging somebody, it makes you giggle. Zubi laughed all through the first session. I did it the first day. The second day I still did the same thing, massaging right from the hips here down to his feet. Oh, I'm enjoying this ride as well, down to his feet. I did it the second time, and to my utmost surprise, that day Zubi walked. Like I will when editing this video, I will obviously insert his first step, like the one I was able to catch on camera. The next day Zubi walked, and like I saw him take the first 3 steps. I was like, oh, let me go and get my phone. Then he stopped walking. So the second time, that same day, and you know, the second time I was already holding my phone. I wanted to log on to an app. I can't really remember. So I saw him walking and I switched automatically to my camera, and then I was able to get him walking. I was like, wow. And you know, the funny thing is that he walked confidently. You know, when a baby is learning how to walk, their first step is usually a bit difficult. Like sometimes for them to take that first step, you see them, they will stand a little, then take the second one. But Zubi's on, he walked confidently. Like you won't even believe that he was still learning to walk. So I will try to insert it while editing this video. I will insert that particular video here. I was just so surprised, and then she told me, oh, I told her, oh, Zubi has started walking. That means your magic worked. And she was like, wow, are you serious? I actually sent her the video and she was like, wow. And I kept on doing it for, I think, for a week, then I stopped. And to my utmost surprise, like, it was actually a surprise. Like, even my mom, I told my mom said, oh, she has not heard about that before. Oh, that, like, you can imagine. That is to tell you that we keep learning as we grow older. You cannot say you know everything, so that is why you should also be open to ideas. Like I told you, I wasn't worried, even when you're not worried. But when someone gives you a suggestion, I think it would be nice if you can also listen. Sometimes you just pay attention to what they are saying. Even if you don't need it, you might just give it a try. So in my own case, I said I wasn't worried. I wasn't bothered whether he was walking or not. For me, provided his legs were strong, he's healthy, he has no complaints, there was no joint pain, nothing, or he's not like his feet were that tiny, or anything more like they say, it seems the weight is too much for his feet to carry. But in Zubi's own case, there was nothing like that. He's plumpy, but then it's from head to toe. So, and that was it. And that was just the easiest way. Like for me, I haven't heard this before. Even I was still sharing this story to many of my friends, and all of them confirmed that, oh, they haven't heard it before. And hopefully, if you have a problem with a child, maybe your child has stood for a long time without walking, or your child has maybe you can also start at birth. Even they say massaging is also good, like it stresses the neuron. I don't really know the science behind that. That's actually I read it up, but then I can't really say the science behind it. But then I saw this, my friend still sent me an article where children are being taught how to, I don't know, sensitize the nerves on their legs, where they are being taught. It's also advisable that you bring your child out once in a while outside and then make them walk on sand. It helps to, even their fingers, they also have even crawling is also good for children. So that is to say, you can always massage your children from birth. I think maybe from 5 months you can also massage their feet. Or maybe if your child has stood for a long time without walking, you can also try this technique. You've tried other things, they've told you many things and it didn't work for you, you can also try this technique or any other thing. And I hope this video, not only do you find it interesting, you also find it educative and entertaining and informing as well, as it helped me. I hope if you're in a similar situation, it can also help you out. And that is it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and please, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do me well by hitting on the red subscribe button. I will really appreciate it. And give this video a thumbs up and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Until then, bye. Mwah.